Good morning, welcome to a morning review on Thursday the 23rd of April. This is Keane Watson speaking. Okay, looking at the euro dollar first. And yesterday was a bit of a disappointment with the euro dollar in the sense of it had rallied up quite well and then got pretty close to the monthly pivot, rolled over, and throughout most of the afternoon ending up with a bit of a shooting star or inverted hammer, depends on which way you're looking at this in terms of its pullback here. What way now? Well, if it can hold on to its gains, it's just bouncing off its 4-hourly 50. If it can shove back up, there is a possibility there's a sort of an intraday target to the upside. If you can get up towards that, that's fine. In fact, I'm looking at 107.44 as a possible inside target, a intraday target. So I'm really looking to see, from this hourly perspective, it can break the prior highs at 107.18. Somewhere in that region. If it can get beyond that, well, maybe back above the weekly pivot, we could be looking towards that pivot level there, and maybe onwards. So that's from the bullish side. However, break of the lows, well, it's just about on it. It's S1 pivot there, looking quite, as I say, bearish from that potential, and it could just roll over back down towards Tuesday's lows there. So it's a sort of target in terms of the downside, and if it heads down towards that, good chance it will push beyond, maybe down as far as the S2 there at 106.51. So that deciding part of the morning as ever, and I'm sure we'll see some action soon. Now there are two series of reports out this morning which may give it a very small edge. The first one's at 8 o'clock, second one at 8:30, and that is the first one's the French flash manufacturing and services PMI at 8 o'clock, and then we've got the German flash manufacturing services PMI at 8:30. Now both of these figures in the past, they've really done little to move the market of recent past. They used to give 20 or 30 pips sometimes, but it's a long time since we've seen anything like that. So I'm not holding out great hope from that point of view. Okay, so that's the euro. Let's look at the pound dollar and start off with the upper time frames. Now, the cable had a really good day yesterday, relatively. It's trying to push its head above its 50 moving average there. Not quite holding on. It's just closed on the 50 moving average. If we can close above that 50 moving average, well, there's a good chance we'll then push on towards the 100 MA as next point of resistance. There is a huge resistance zone that I drew on here yesterday, which where we've had flows before, resistance before, so it's that sort of plenty of flow of money stopping the or supply. That was the word I was looking for. Stopping the cable pushing up to, as I say, up towards that 100 so far. But if it can continue with the gains it made yesterday, well, we'll see. We do have the UK retail sales at 9:30. Anything decent there may just give it that shove it needs for the morning again, which could easily see it running up towards that 100 moving average. From a 4-hourly perspective, still sort of bull flaggish sort of territory here. Could pull back a little bit more and bounce off that. I mean, just looking at what it's doing now, could just pull off that 8 moving average. It would just the 4-hourly 8 would just tidy things up quite nicely. It's got the daily pivot just below it as well, so a reasonable target there for a bit of a bounce. If it starts selling off beyond that level, well, would have to possibly start looking at the down sell-off, the shorting side. But really would like to see it rallying back above this morning's highs there. A break of that level could see me joining the play up towards yesterday's highs and maybe beyond. Okay, that's cable. Let's have a quick look at the dollar yen. The dollar. I mean, the cable was the odd one out a bit in a sense yesterday because the yen gave up more with the dollar rallying here, and it's pushing back towards the sort of upper trend lines here. Sorry, these have been updated for a little while. In fact, I'm not going to do that one right now, but it's pushing back towards its upper trend line there. At the moment, it's in relatively, from a 4-hourly perspective, it's in quite a clear upward trend. So this could continue. So we've had a bounce again, second bounce off the hourly 50 there. It's hit its daily pivot at the moment. For all intents and attempts, it looks like it may just push up towards that R1 pivot quite well. Any break of this 50 MA, well, then I'd be looking at the S1, but it's been really choppy. Tuesday was particularly choppy with the price action going on there. Yesterday cleared up and just sold off most of the afternoon and through into the Asian session. So it seems to be wanting to, as ever, it's a currency that once it's in a trend to the upside, it's best to be looking really for the upside opportunities on it, because it can surprise much quicker. Most movements to the upside are significantly bigger than the moves to the downside effectively. So, and finally, let's have a look at the Aussie dollar. So no news on the Japanese yen or from Japan or Australia now, because that news is already out, of course, if there was any, which there wasn't any significance. Okay, and yesterday, again, the Aussie had pushed up well in the morning, gave back quite a bit in the afternoon, and it's in this sort of real chop zone now, effectively, to me, making it much more difficult to read. Hourly may give us a bit more clarification in some respects, but again, I've just got to leave this while it's in this this section here. Effectively, let me just refresh this. So I really need it to, if it's going to start breaking the lows here, it may be one to look for the downside towards the Asian session lows of yesterday or Tuesday or Wednesday, or maybe even lower then. Certainly may have some points in it if it breaks this trend effectively. Okay, that's it for me. Nothing else here to report. Have a great day. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye for now.